Happiness is currently the most overrated concept in the modern age, a goal that people pursue so intensely that their efforts frequently backfire. The root of this modern dissatisfaction lies in a fundamental confusion. We have begun to mistake comfort, pleasure, and short-term highs for the same thing as genuine happiness. Ancient philosophers, such as Aristotle, distinguished clearly between two versions of happiness: hedonia, which is the pursuit of comfort and immediate satisfaction, and eudaimonia, which represents a deeper, purpose-driven sense of meaning. The modern world is hyper-optimized to promote hedonia, with every system designed to provide us with constant dopamine hits, quick fixes, and the promise of superficial happiness. However, this constant optimization for comfort is exactly what leaves us feeling unfulfilled. True life satisfaction stems from eudaimonia, that profound sense that your life is worth living, and that the struggles you have endured were ultimately meaningful. To understand why the aggressive pursuit of positive experiences often leads to misery, one must look at the backwards law described by Alan Watts. The principle is simple yet counterintuitive. The more you chase a positive experience, the more that pursuit in itself becomes a negative experience. Conversely, the more you accept and embrace a negative experience, the more that acceptance becomes a positive force. This paradox manifests in various areas of life. The more you strive to appear impressive to others, the less impressive you will inherently feel. The more desperate you are to find love, the more lonely and isolated you will feel. Similarly, the more you demand to be happy and stress-free at every moment, the more easily you will be upset by the inevitable difficulties of existence. By accepting that life is inherently hard, and that problems are inevitable, you actually become more happy and easygoing. Our culture constantly bombards us with advertisements and messages promising that specific products or lifestyle changes will solve our insecurities, but this only keeps us trapped on a treadmill, perpetually chasing the next high to sustain our mood. Instead of constantly asking yourself what will make you happy, you should change the question: what am I willing to struggle for? Meaning and purpose are rarely found in the absence of pain. Rather, they are discovered in the specific struggles that you are willing to embrace and the challenges you are proud to overcome. Happiness is not an achievement to be pursued and captured in and of itself. It is the natural side effect of finding something important to care about. If you find something that feels significant enough to be worth giving your time and energy to, the happiness will follow naturally as a byproduct. Another affliction currently plaguing society is the widespread toxic belief that we are inherently special and unique, which in turn breeds a deep sense of entitlement. This entitlement manifests as a belief that we deserve positive outcomes, attention, and special treatment without having to put in the necessary effort or work. This often presents itself in two flavors of narcissism. The grandiose narcissist believes they are superior and deserve special treatment because they are perfect and better than everyone else. The vulnerable narcissist defines themselves as a unique victim who has been treated unfairly, and therefore deserves special treatment because of their unique suffering. While these two attitudes appear opposite in their justifications for selfish behavior, the result is identical: the demand that the rest of the world stop what they are doing to pay attention to them. The digital age exacerbates this, as our news feeds and information streams are perfectly curated to confirm our own interests and tell us how special we are, creating an environment that is detrimental to mental and emotional health. Human development can be categorized into three distinct stages: childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. A child views the world in the simplest way: I want this, and I either get it or I don't. Children lack the capacity to empathize or understand that other people have different perspectives. Adolescence is the transactional stage of life, characterized by bargaining for social status. In this stage, individuals perform for others, choosing their clothes, words, and actions based on what will gain them social approval. This stage feels like a constant, exhausting, and inauthentic performance. Adulthood, however, is reached when one stops this conditional bartering and begins to behave unconditionally. Adulthood is defined by finding something in your life that matters so much to you that you are willing to be disliked for it, to suffer disapproval, and to accept that you may not always get your way because you have found a purpose greater than your own immediate gratification. Living with an adolescent mindset makes you fragile. If you do not get the desired social reaction, your world falls apart. The adult mindset is anti-fragile. When you have established core values you are willing to struggle for, any hardship or setback actually makes you stronger and helps you adapt to new circumstances. Ultimately, this leads back to ancient virtue ethics. Virtues like integrity, courage, and purpose can be practiced in every moment, regardless of whether you are rich or poor, or whether people love you or hate you. By prioritizing these timeless virtues over the hedonic treadmill of chasing status, likes, or material gain, you stop performing for others and start living a life of genuine substance. Pursue virtue, value what is inherently good for everyone, and stop chasing temporary highs that create more suffering than they alleviate. Have a nice day.